Hello, let's test this sound, how it is going while I'm posting okay, it is working. So let me post out the live stream is on into a couple of places. Alright, I think that is pretty much it. Let's get going, give me just a moment. There we go. So again, today going to be starting with the requests that we had from Patreon, and let's see what we got. Is this Chevy? I'm not quite sure. Let's take a look what we have here. Oops. We have covered this before, I think, yeah. Okay. This might be in pretty much in quite deep trouble. I have not covered this in quite a while. I labeled this as an ABC, looks like. I'm not quite sure if I like that, to be honest, at this point. This probably should be here. I think TradingView has moved everything over again for some reason, but that's all right. Log scale. Yeah, this looks like a 3. There is a chance that we are going to be doing something like this, which I would like. I actually have that alert here. So again, this is something that we were expecting, I guess. The issue here at this point is that we took out the high. That looked kind of impulsive to the downside. Obviously it was not, since we took out the high. We took out the liquidity from the stops above here for the shorts, early shorters, and yeah, got a really nice move to the downside. This is kind of impulsive. We have that divergence going. RSI cycle is starting over. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Let's see, what do we have here? This is really impulsive though. Oh, the RSI is very low here on 4 hour. I'm not sure if this is too low time frame. We might need to go here. It would be the best if we took out this low here on RSI as well, and obviously take out this. Let's see some of the targets that we have here. Golden pocket right where we are at now. We got some reaction from maybe this is 5 here or into here. Not the best structure coming down. It kind of looks impulsive. Maybe it's some kind of 1-2-1-2 setup, 3-4-5, 3-4-5. But again, we have taken out the lows already, so we can't have a impulsive structure from these lows. But again, we did not even take out the liquidity from here. I would kind of be surprised if we don't take it. I think I'm going to miss that trade if we don't, but that's all right. But yeah, this is the retracements. Let's color that in. So this is, I'm expecting us to create something like this here. Actually, let's do this way. Okay, so we basically hit the 1-to-1 here. Just missed it by a tad. That's kind of annoying. We took out the liquidity from the lows in early May. But yeah, not from the previous low here. I feel like we might need to monitor this a bit further out. This does not really seem like it. Let's see. It's so extended. Because there is a chance where this is ended here, but it would be in 3. So this would be a 3. This would be a 3. But there is also a chance where this is some kind of 1-2, 1-2, and then we are going to be creating 3s and 4s and into the lows. So if that is the case, this would be 5 here. Then we would need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the structure to be keeping in mind is this one. If we break on log, so if we break the highs here on 33.8 or 08, sorry, these highs, then we can possibly turn more bullish. Again, this structure kind of looks, it has the potential of becoming more impulsive, and finding some kind of backtest here would be very bullish. Low time frame. High time frame, of course, market structure change all the way up in here, 35. That would be another 10 or something percent, 13 actually. So quite far away. But again, this seems to be an asset that takes quite a fast swings on the market. So that's kind of interesting. ABC, minute here, and this would be green as well. So we're basically at the target. My target would be just slightly lower. We could be looking for some kind of first trade here, in case you don't want to be missing out on all of it. But again, look at that 30% retracement, or the stop loss percentage. That's quite a lot, but yeah, so is the gains here. Even just up into these highs, previous highs is 60% gain. So again, it's 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which is again something that you definitely might want to be looking at. The other option is, of course, waiting for a move, well, basically a market structure shift here, taking out the highs, possibly looking for a retracement, looking in here, going against the lows, and that way you can be creating a way better looking setup somewhere in here, where you're going against the lows, and again you have the same basically target here, and then you have 13 risk to reward ratio. But again, these are more, it's harder to trade these, because again you would need to monitor this asset and look for the retracement to come back to the levels you're interested in. It might never happen, and then you're going to be missing the trade completely. But yeah, those are the ideas for Chevy. Doku is next. Oh, I think I'm going to be saving this for a specific video, because I don't really see, I haven't really done any analysis on it. I had some couple of fibs, but I can't remember anything on this, so I'm going to be saving this for another video. Let's check out the next one, Octa. I have not done this either. So let's see, Doku sign, and so got 2 videos to do for Patreon. Doku and Octa, okay. Then we had silver. I already tried to scalp silver. It did not work out. We had a kind of impulsive look on silver to the upside here, to the upside, but it just broke through down yesterday when we had that massive move to the downside. After that one, I was expecting some kind of potential diagonal here, which we might have had now. Let's see, what do we have? This definitely can be 5 waves. But again, we are on 1 minute on a commodity. So I would not really be too trusting in this. Maybe we could be looking for a scalp here in a very small position. And if this is indeed the bottom that I'm expecting us to bottom soon, we could be at least getting some kind of risk, well, some kind of move up. The thing about this structure is that this whole thing here could be an ABC. And I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this structure previous to it. We had kind of impulsive move to the upside, can be labeled in diagonal. This could be, however, something that is together, and this could be still corrective. It's kind of weird. There's not too many overlaps, but it's kind of weird, like this staggering structure where we are getting to a point, then consolidation, getting to a point, consolidation, and so on, creating this kind of move upwards. But there is also a chance where we are just going to be creating this as the high, because this was the high here, and this can be a start of something new. So again, we have to be thinking of that as well. So idea would be that we would be looking for some kind of retracement on higher time frame, and then looking for more downside to come. The other bullish way of looking at this is that we have some kind of 5-way move in here. It's hard to label this because we don't really have a good looking 1-2 here at the start. We could be having this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but again, it's not really easy to say. This is the highest high here. We could have easily this as 3 and then have some kind of ending structure in here for that 5th wave, where we would have basically this as and some kind of ABC, and then we would have a continuation to the downside, which is again a part of a previous structure. For example, this kind of mess. I don't even know how I would be labeling this at this point, but yeah, it could be the start of something. So we have to be careful with this if we want to be going long on higher time frame at least. But yeah, there's definitely opportunities here. Opportunities to be had. 38.2 is something that I would be interested in first. It needs to come back down here if we want to be looking for any kind of trade setup. But it could just moon, we don't know. If it takes out the market structure here, we can confirm whatever this was is finished. If it takes out all these highs, then it's probably finished here. This kind of looks more impulsive, so again, could just do this. We have slight divergence at the moment, so that would be playing out in the favor of this being potential 5 waves. But again, we are so small time frame on a commodity, so again, not too much to be trusted here. We are creating this kind of V-shape structure, which generally is an indication of something that can change the direction, similar to what we had here. But this did not play out. Again, this was one of the trade setups that I had here that went to stop here. But yeah, what else do we have here? Could be looking for a scalp here. Yeah, could be a scalp. I'll just set an alarm here. What else? But that's silver. I don't think there's not too much else about it. There's definitely potential setups there. But I think those are just the 2 requests or the 4 requests for this week. So we can start to go through the ones that we normally go through. So Nvidia first. Nvidia is super bullish, has been super bullish. It's very close to the all-time highs. We were looking for this as a 5-way move up to the highs. Let's see about the divergences here. We are still pounding the top bar here basically. Weekly is still climbing higher. That is odd. At this point we would already want to be seeing divergence forming. I think there is slight divergence, 74, 32, 74, 8, 72, 97. So there is slight divergences here and here. Very slight. But I don't think this is done yet. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame here. So we had the idea that we are still coming down in impulse, or going up in impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2 potential. Yeah, I kind of like that. This is done for sure. Wave 4. It's kind of odd that it took out the lows here as well. It generally indicates that this is actually a 3-way structure, so this would be wave 2 here, and this wave 4 would be in here. Do we still have the same targets? Let's see. One would be just pretty much the same height as the previous wave 3 here. It would match the 1.618 here, so we could be having this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we had the wave 2 here, we did not extend to the 1.618, which kind of fits the idea that we are still in that wave 3 of smaller degree. So I hope we are going to be doing something like this to get this wave 4 in here, in somewhere later on, like this, and then that 5th wave upwards. But we're going to be measuring, I think that is going to be taking into the early June for this to be finished. But yeah, it's super bullish, Nvidia. The only thing is that we are going to come down for retracement, and once we do come down for a retracement, that's where we are going to be loading up with Nvidia. I don't know why it is so bullish, but yeah, this kind of looks weird. Oops. This structure coming down, it's probably a 3-way structure, but yeah, we can confirm it's not far when we take out the all-time highs, and it's not too far away anymore. Another 14%, while we already climbed up 190%. So yeah, definitely not too far away anymore. But that's Nvidia. Let's take a look at Netflix. I would be only interested in the Nvidia shorts at this point later on, but at this point I'm not really interested in doing anything. I'm still looking for this possibility on Netflix, where we're looking at this as a potential 5-wave. If we take out the highs here, then we can confirm that this is not a 3, or it can be a 3 but it extends further, but at that point this is no longer a 5. So that's that. We could still have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is kind of similar to this one, where we could have this as an ABC or WXY, 3 ways here as well. Could be labeled in 5 here as well, and same in here. So it's not really clear what this is. This I liked more as a 5 coming down though. But yeah, this is still on the positive side at this point, but we'll see. we got alerts going off if that is something that changes. Then we got Meta, again super bullish from the lows that it had around November. Did not really give any kind of clear structure here, not allowing at least me to enter at all. We're talking about this possibility of just grinding higher previous, as you saw the scribbles there. There are definitely divergences forming here on higher time frames. Kind of lacking more momentum as we go up, but we are still climbing up. So again, trying to find the top is kind of hard. But yeah, this kind of looks impulsive as well. So again, the idea that we came down in potential 5 here is still alive, but we need to create a pretty much this kind of structure here, and this drop from the highs down is going to be really drastic if this indeed is 5 wave that I see here. And yeah, to me this looks very impulsive to the downside. I don't know why these are again going to different places, but there we go. Don't need those either. But yeah, I think we are coming to a close here soon. This is the best area for looking for longs here. This B wave. Looking for some kind of 3-way structure. But again, that is going to be taking basically the rest of the year. So short time frame, you would be looking for short opportunities. But with this kind of asset, it's kind of hard. Maybe I'll just set an alarm here. And once we break that high, I'll just set another alarm here somewhere, probably at the top of wave 1 of this previous move. If this indeed is done, it can come down here and then we can take another look. I'm going to be looking into Ether later on, once we do the other cryptos as well. Sorry, I didn't spot that. Then Tesla. Tesla still has the potential of going bullish as a 1-2, 1-2. I guess there is a chance for this to be bearish as well, where this is 3 coming down in 3 and then another 3 here. It went up in quite a fast way, so we could have this as some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consolidation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 somehow in here. Oh yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this in 5, but yeah, there is definitely a chance for that. Higher high, we did extend to the 1.618 of this move, but again we also hit pretty decent extension targets for the corrective structure, so 1.236. So at this point I'm not quite sure what to do with the Tesla. I'm on the long side still. This is my stop loss here. If it comes back down here, I know for sure it's no longer impulsive to the upside, so I want to be getting out of that position in profits. But yeah, nothing more on Tesla. This can be labeled in 3 coming down for that potential wave 4 to the 0.5, which is basically the max. I think this was it has to be basically the previous wave 4 if we want to be playing this as labeled here. Then we have Bitcoin. A lot of labels, a lot of stuff on the chart. Let me try to see if I can fix that. So yeah, we got a few different areas of key interest. Mainly to the downside, we still have some around here, around on top. Previous support and resistance, we have daily open and naked point control, all that good stuff. If we take out this low here, we could have some kind of swing failure pattern. Earlier wave wise, we would have a potential triangle in here, 3 up, 3 down, up and down. So this would be a B, C, D, E, and then we would be looking for higher A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. No, sorry. A, B, C, D, E. We are looking for lower. There we go. But I'm not quite sure if I like that as much as the normal setup that I've been talking about. Overall, I think this is very decent as a 3. Then if we add more stuff into the charts, let's take some off here. Let's take that off as well. I kind of like this idea of having this as 3 into W, A, B, C in here, A, B, C in here, 5 ways down, came down just a tad more, and then we would be looking for, instead of WXY now, it would be an ABC as we retraced enough for that to happen, so that's the expectation. I don't think we did get a really good looking 5 waves from the lows. This is kind of suspicious. We could, of course, we can be labeling this into a diagonal and nobody would bat an eye. And we could be having this as 1, 2, 1, 2, which is definitely a possibility. But there is also a chance that this is an ABC here with an ending diagonal like so, where this would become some kind of ABC here, where I have this target as 1 to 1, where this whole thing would be an A, B, and C here. We could be even getting one more high here, potentially getting that 1 to 1 extension. We did take liquidity from previous highs here, or at least on Binance futures, so there is a chance that we could be just dropping down. I'm still on the short side on Bitcoin. I did not catch any of this move to the upside, so we'll see if I get stopped out at some point. But yeah, yesterday was very interesting. I was not at the computer, but I enjoyed the profits that we had here. Again, as mentioned on the daily videos, swing failure pattern was one of the targets here. Originally, target was this one. We went straight through it, so no trade. Swing failure of this previous high, and down we go. And you could be entering on one of these pullbacks. 3-way structure, enter, go against the highs, and so on. I had a fairly good entry here when we came back to this previous area, because we had that swing failure looking structure. So yeah, I had a pretty decent entry on that one. What did we have alert for Nvidia? Excuse me, 25%. Hello. Did it have some kind of what on earth? Okay, I'm not touching this. What? So he had a what? So he just went 25% on the off market into the highs, creating all-time highs, massive, and now it created a massive fair value gap here. If you were looking at this, you could be probably looking for short side. I don't know. I'm not taking part in this at all. Give me just a moment. I need to check something here. I need to check XLF because I'm short on that as well. Where do we have it? Right here. XLF. Okay, so I think we are pretty much creating this 5-way move here. I need to be looking to take profits soon on this one, because I was expecting this 5 wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had the entry here, and yeah, this fair value gap gave me more confidence that indeed is a 5 wave. But yeah, that looks really decent. I think I might be just closing some of the position here somewhere. Let's see. There is some targets way lower. Let me just set an alarm here on top a bit. I'm not sure if I want to be too greedy on this. I'll just take some profits off now, since I'm streaming, so I can't really take a look at that. I'll take like half positions off, just a bit less. There we go. So that should be covered now. S&P 500. Okay, it's coming down. this was pretty much, I'm not quite sure if I like this anymore as a wave 4. It is super large wave 4. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin, what it was doing. Now that the market's open, because I did create this quite... Okay, what is it doing? Too many alerts going on at the same time. Okay, I took profits and now it is going up. Is it possible that this whole thing is... Okay, so we did get to the expanded B pocket here on XLF, which allows us to create a ABC structure here. If we go here, I want to be knowing that. I don't like the idea of this being more bullish than into here. So I might want to be taking out positions here again. Let's see the higher time frame. What do I have here? I was looking for this. Okay, so I was expecting a wave Y here. So this would be first ABC, looking for retracement and then coming down. Okay, that's fine. What else were we looking for? Netflix was one of them. Okay, so it's not too much. Keep an alert on or an eye on that. We were doing something before we started to get all these. It was probably Bitcoin we were talking about this, right? This potential being still that some kind of three-way structure where we are going to be getting continuation to the downside. We still have some targets to lower lows. If we take out this low here, it's definitely a potential looking for long entries here. I kind of like that. Just a swing failure pattern, low time frame scalp. We could be looking for that as this ABC as well. So it would be kind of large of a swing. But we don't know about that yet, so we don't need to be worrying about it at this point. Let's go through to the next structure or next asset, which was ETH. So ETH, okay. So I had already scribbled in here. Looks like it almost went to the plan. It went a bit lower. Let me get rid of these. This needs to be updated as well. So I was expecting some kind of fire wave here. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5. So again, it fits very well that this is finished, and now we'd be looking to create a move up and then potential larger move downwards. On ETH, the structure is definitely a bit different. I'm still not going to be talking about this because I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a diagonal in here into the lows into a wave 1, possibly, then three-way structure down, and then another setup here. Let's see on smaller time frame, what do we have? It's not too much of a, there's no real structure here. Just came down, rejected here fairly much. What do we have here? I guess there's some highs, maybe this high, I don't know. Massive rejection. The RSI had no time to catch up on that. Neither on this. Maybe on 32nd. We had a new high here, which created this kind of divergence here. You can see a continuation divergence to the downside. Currently, we still have this bullish divergence. So if we are creating one more high here, then I would be interested. But it might not come. Yeah, it looks like it is kind of impulsive in the downside. Unfortunately. Yeah, this would have been really nice area to go for long. Actually, we are still within that expanded B pocket, so there is a chance. But this is kind of impulsive looking. Let's see. Can we get some kind of rejection here locally? Bitcoin is kind of dumping, I guess. It's kind of dumping. ETH is holding not too well, but I kind of want to see backtest this, and then I want to be going short. It's very small time for a scalp here. But let me just set that up for myself if it comes back up there. So 1797, stop loss 17. Oh, let's just do 1800. Come on, it's just lagging. I guess it's close enough here. There's no divergence at this point anymore though. At least on 30-second. Nothing here on minute either. We did create this kind of three-way structures that there is a chance that we just create a bit larger consolidation before continuation downside. But we can take a look at something else meanwhile. Let's see if this rejects here. Doesn't really have like too much input to do a rejection here. This kind of looks like a potential leading, but again we are on 5 seconds, so it does not really tell us much. And this is the area of interest. See if this support holds here. Oh, let's take a look at the other requests while we are waiting. So Solana, let's open it in here. Also got a silver alert here as well. Never got to the target yet. Oh, actually, this is already moved up so much. Might want to take a scalp as well on silver though, but that's the upside. If the indices are crapping down again, then there's not much to do. Keep an eye on that as well. So Solana was next. I think I have it somewhere in here. Okay, Solana is kind of bullish still. We're not even close to these lows here. On many of the altcoins that we have this similar structure where we have this as 3, 3, and then we would be looking for some kind of move down here to take out the liquidity from here. Until that point, I'm not really looking for more major moves. This kind of looks like a diagonal, but I just hate the fact that this is so short. 1-to-1 is there. It's probably right at the 0.618 here. I would hate that it would be there. I would not really like that at all. There's always a chance that we are going to be creating a structure like this, which I would be fine with. Let's see actually the retracements here. Where do we even start this whole thing? This kind of looks like 3 up. So I think this is the high here of that impulse move to the downside. So here maybe here. So we go beyond the 0.854. So the expectation here is actually a ABC overall. So that's why I was looking for this as. Well, I don't think it is a wave 1, 2. Because 3 would be very large already. We are looking at the most common retracements, so the 0.618. Or after actually the diagonal, we don't generally get that far, but 0.5 maybe. We can use as the demonstration. 1.618 all the way down here, basically at the lows. So this would be a ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then we are right at the lows. I don't really like that idea of having this as an ABC at that point. So the only way I kind of like Solana at this point is that we are going to be creating some kind of WXY overall, where this is the wave A, B and C. Looking for that 1-to-1 extension more. Again, this is the higher time frame target here, with this being some kind of WXY. 1-to-1 would be a just below the lows here, and this would become a ABC here or some sort for the minuet count. And this is again just the pivots, most general pivots I would assume here. After, if this indeed is a 4-way move, we want to be seeing a 3-wave up back towards the 0.5 and the 38.2, and then looking for that move downwards. If we have patience, we could be looking for that 1-2 here, looking for 3, 4, 5, and then we can get that 1-to-1 extension. We have quite a few of the fibs are kind of lining up. 1-to-1 here on both are just below the low here. So again, I kind of like that at this point. Again, setting an alarm here on top at the minimum retracements. Also, let's just set an alarm here below if this just craps down for some reason without retracements. But that's Solana. ADA, I'm still on the short on ADA. I've taken too many profits already. I was looking for this as the potential ABC, kind of similar situation to Solana, where the main targets are below here. We got the 0.5 and the 0.382. They are right at this low here though, so we'll see if this is going to be holding up. I don't know what normally at this point anymore think that it would be a 1-2. This has taken quite a long time, and we did not receive any kind of momentum structure coming down. So there is a chance that we are just creating a 3 here, some kind of 3 up, and then 3 down again. But I'm still going to be remaining in my shorts because I do like the idea that we are going to be coming down here before we are going up here again. So that's why I'm staying on my shorts on ADA. Let's get rid of some of this mess here. And then one more, which was Phantom. FTM, where do I have it? EF. There we go. I need to set an alarm obviously here somewhere. 3 down. I was expecting one more high here because the structure going up is kind of weird. we don't get to the 0.618, we just, oh sorry, we don't get to the 1-to-1, we just get to the 0.618, which again the minimum. It could be there, but we did not really get a, or we did still have this this kind of divergence here, which is something that I don't expect on three-way moves, at least on WXYs. So yeah, that is still a thing. Don't really know what do we have here. We have a move, a large consolidation, move, large consolidation, and move. So at this point, 1 2 1 2 and basically to 0. I don't know, it does not fit the idea here, but yeah, I don't know, maybe this is just an ABC with very short wave C, exactly the same, hitting the 0.618 here. Yeah, this was the fib, same as we did here. Maybe that is a characteristic here. But yeah, we are at one of the targets, 1.618 extension. It's just that we did not take out the liquidity that we had here. That makes me a bit uneasy with it. Also, this does not really look too much like a three-way structure. With this large consolidation in here and a consolidation here, I'm not quite sure what this is, but to me this does not look like it is finished. So I'm just going to be laying off of Phantom for now until we at least take out the lows here. Because again, on some of the other alts, we are way off still of these, like we have on ADA and Solana. Some other alts have taken out this low and are basically down here already. And those are most likely going to be losing their lows that we had around in November. So some of the assets are way more bullish than the other ones. And if you want to be longing, make sure that we are looking for the assets that are not going to be anywhere close to these lows. So are closer to these lows here when we are taking the total 3 structure of this. So again, what I mean by that is we are looking at the total 3, which is the market cap without Bitcoin and ETH. We would be looking for this low to be broken, and again we're not too far off of that anymore, 3%. And yeah, this actually looks like exactly what we had on Phantom, this consolidation here and consolidation here, and we're still going to be continuing the downside. Yeah, it's not really fitting any targets at this point. Almost the 1.236, not really hitting it, but yeah, overall idea coming down somewhere in here, and then we can be looking for longs on alts, major swings. That's that. Then let's take a look at the indices. We already looked at indices. Looks like it is rejecting down here at the 0.5, so we are going to be potentially coming down a bit more. Nasdaq was super bullish here again. Let's see, did it take out the high? No, it did not. But it kind of looks like 5 waves here, right? Does have it? Yeah, it does have that divergence here as well. And I have, to be honest, I don't know what is going on with Nasdaq. I'm not really liking any of the wave counts I see on it. There's quite a few different ones going around, but I just don't like it. The other ones are way more clear. I like Dow. I like S&P 500 at this point. Now Russell is kind of bad as well. Let's take a look at the. Well, we can take a look at this. I was expecting 3 waves coming down on Dow towards the 1-to-1. I got alert earlier today that we took out the lows here, but we are nowhere. Again, we're not in areas of interest at this point. We're right around the golden pocket though, so there might be a chance that we are holding. One of the chances here is that we would be looking for long setups here. And this is again a 3% retracement here, and then we would be looking for higher prices. I probably am going to be looking to get into one of these trades at some point, but I think as this wave X here, the wave Y here is kind of short in time here, and we did not consolidate here in the middle, we might be still having that consolidation before that whole thing is coming down to lower, potentially around the 786 later on. So let's see the time actually here, comparing wave W for that wave X. Let's see, somewhere in there. Generally we want to be seeing some kind of symmetry with wave W and wave Y. So again, at least the 0.618 would be something that I would want to see, which would be, well, that would be taking a few more days. Wednesday next week. Not quite sure if that is going to hold that long, but if we are going to be getting that consolidation, then for sure that is going to be wasting more time here to create that three-way move. What else did we have? We had the let's see, UK 100 breaking down. Yeah, I did not get into it anymore. I did not really like this consolidation at all. To get the liquidity from here, to get the liquidity from here. So this was classic market manipulation here, taking out the stops here and then from here, and then we are pushing price to the opposite direction. Classic move. Looks really nice though, like from the market maker's perspective. We are going to be getting some kind of divergence here at this point. This could be some kind of an ABC overall. Not quite sure where this whole thing starts. Maybe it is actually here, and we have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hits the 1-to-1 already though, and we are right at where we have previous support. Let's get rid of some of these. Some of the labels here. It's kind of scuffed here. Maybe this is some kind of diagonal as a whole. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is kind of way too small for the consolidation to be compared basically with this, I think. So can't go really long on this yet, although we did hit one of the targets for sure. That's annoying. If we just had a bit better structure in here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't. This kind of looks like 5 here. We have some kind of super messy structure here for that potential wave 2. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. I think I'm just going to be setting an alarm here somewhere a bit lower. I think this needs to come down once more for me to enter any kind of long. Ors as well, we did take out the lows here. I had an alert there, but this is exactly the same as we had, was it with Dow, where this structure here is kind of small. Obviously this is not the B, here it is. So these should be micro, and this should become a WXY overall. And this is pretty much playing out as we drew previously. At this point I would be expecting consolidation and then that low. This actually looks a bit better than the Dow, as it is a bit more bullish, and this kind of structure here is something that I'm really interested in going long here. We have the 1-to-1 extension and the 0.618 basically line up here, and also what is important is the support here. So 3 things that we are looking for, and yeah, they are all matching. So yeah, nothing more to add to that, I think. 0.618, that would be only Friday next week, which is, no, is it that in 2 weeks? I think it's in 2 weeks, yeah. So that could be taking quite a long time here. Consolidation and then time. But yeah, That's Ors 200. I like this asset a lot at this point. What else? What else? I don't think there's anything else. I think I'm going to be making some videos about DocuSign and Okta as well. Maybe one of those for today, and then call it. And then of course just watch the trades that I'm in. It's got quite a few of them that I'm in at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus crypto, which is like 3 or 4. So yeah, decent amount of trades to keep up with. But if there is someone still watching the stream, let me know and give me a shout what you want to see. I got Euro USD. Okay, let's take a look. Got a couple, some time here still. Where do I have it? Is it probably here? Euro USD. I don't generally trade this too much. I have accounts here, or some counts. I kind of like the idea that we had an ABC coming down into the lows of September 2022, and some kind of impulsive move from the lows. If the chart is working with me, I kind of liked the idea that we had this as 5. Again, this is the low of September 2021. Very high time frame chart. I don't really trade this, so yeah. 3 ways coming down. I kind of still like this. We took out the highs, which again confirms that this indeed was 3 waves. Lots of overlapping here, and we definitely did not retrace anywhere close to the 38.2. Yeah, so to me, I would be looking for some kind of flat here. Let's get rid of that and get in here. So expanded flat targets here. These would be the most common. 1.236 and the 1.382. So let's label that in A, B, and then looking for C here. I'm going to be setting an alarm here for myself as well. So yeah, here, $1.04, or is this in euros? Whatever this is, 1.048. That's the area of interest for me, and then we could be looking for something else. Again, just to remind, it is just need to get to the 0.382 as well for me to take a trade. If it extends more than the 2 here, then we need to be thinking that maybe this was some kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At that point, again, I think we are going to be having consolidation here in the middle, and then we are coming back towards more the golden pocket area with more support here. XU100. Okay, I've never heard of that. XU100. Beast. I've got no idea. What is this? I'm just going to be doing a quick idea here. What is this? I have no idea. Some kind of index for someone. Turkish. Yeah, this looks very impulsive. We don't even have divergence here on weekly. Not in monthly. Well, from basically 1998, some kind of divergence, but yeah, nothing to really consider at this point. Where's the I have looked at this before. I had drawn 3 waves. 2020. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is pretty good looking for a potential structure finished. We had divergences here locally from the potential third of third all the way from third of fifth into the fifth of fifth, like so. Got divergence, and now we're consolidating. Either we're correcting into a wave 4 of higher degree, or, well, it looks very similar to the other indices, to be honest, on the US. So yeah, nothing really much interest here, or new at least. So three ways, this is very clear. This is not clear. This is clear though. See the extension targets here. Wow, that is so beautiful. This is very clear WXY here. Very nice looking. And then, what do we have? Nothing. Don't have anything here. Maybe this is a 3, 3, and 3. I don't. To me, this is not a 5 wave at all. I don't think I can label that in 5 in any case. Yeah, this is third would be smallest as well. Does not make any sense. So I think this is a 3, like so. See the extensions. It's probably 1.382. Yeah, 1.382 here. And then we came down in 3 here, consolidation, and then there's probably another 3. It could be that we are going to be taking out the lows here, creating some kind of 3-way structure here to create a connector leg basically for this to the downside, or that this structure here is already that connecting structure for this whole structure to become here. But the issue with that is time, and although time is not mandatory element, it is something that I require for my trades. So I would not be looking for shorts at this point. I would be looking for potential long setups here, maybe taking out the lows here, looking for this 1-to-1 to be hit here. Maybe even this is going to be doing something like this, and then we're going to be getting structure like that, and then we get here, up, down, up, and then we are somewhere at least 32 June, maybe halfway to June, create a structure like that. It would be giving up it a bit better look, and then we can strive a bit lower. I think that is pretty decent look. But yeah, I would be looking for more into longs at this point here, somewhere. We could even have some kind of diagonal here, create an ABC another here. So create a WXY here, take the lows, create an ABC here. So I think that's pretty decent. In your account, does the 5-way move up is A or 1? And that is probably about the Euro USD, right? So from macro counts, so I think you're talking about maybe this one from September, I think. To be fair, I always go with an ABC first. If it goes and extends beyond the 1.618, then I might be considering the bullish option. But just to me, it is more important, or it is better to be more conservative with the targets, meaning that it is more likely to be seeing an ABC here than anything else. ABCs are more common than a larger degree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, so impulse waves. So that's why I always am more conservative. Of course, if we see some kind of high degree structure and have the potential of ending something, then that is a possibility. Similar to here, we have accounts that supports the idea that we're looking for C wave. So there is a chance that this 5 wave here is the start of that, a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we would be looking for that C wave. But until that happens, like we're going to be looking into the same exact trade. So it does not really matter what you're thinking this 5 wave to be. The most important thing is that you recognize the possibility of it being a 5 wave. It has the characteristics, and it doesn't have the possibility of being something part of previous structure. To me, this is not part of previous structure. It is something new. it's created this kind of V shape structure here. So again, that often tells that some kind of move has ended, and yeah, we might be shifting our trend completely. And this would fit the idea here of having an ABC. Can it do something else? For sure, but that is just the setup for me that I would be looking at here on macro. And of course, now we have some targets here as well, got some alerts set, so we'll see how that turns out. I hope that answered your question. It still shows me one person is only watching, but I think there's more since there's more people talking in chat. It completely depends. If you're watching the trade, or even these higher degree wave structures, you can be looking at the structure, how it forms. So if we are looking for one-to-one, and you can see that we have a potential 1-2, and you see that 3 is just extending, you're probably not going to be taking the profits. You're just going to be expecting this, and once we are creating some kind of divergence, you could be looking for taking profits. At that point again, you would be looking into the structure and not just the one-to-one. Smaller time frame scalps, of course, you could be taking at the one-to-one, but if you have a chance of looking at the structure as well, I would be looking at that. I'm not going to go too detail into the structures and the strategies, because again, that is something that I sell as a course, so I can't give everything away for free, but that is just something to think about at least. But is there something else, another asset? If not, I'll just go and quit for now. But yeah, this was good thing to look at these both. I don't even know if I can trade this thing. DXY, I did not. We can take a look at that. I hate trading DXY. It's just so unpredictable. I was thinking that we came down in 5, and I was expecting a 3-way structure here, but now it is extending quite far. Now it has extended to the 2-to-1 extension here, so A, B, and potential C. We have divergences here, but I'm not quite sure if I want to be shorting this. We went through the golden pocket already as well, so I don't really like this. Yeah. Not too much. I don't have a good looking count to it, unfortunately. But yeah, that's basically that. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. Gala, okay, this is the last one. Gala, I think I had here. Higher time frame, macro, more macro, really bullish. I really like it. However, the only thing about Gala is that it has taken out these lows, as we were talking about the previous altcoins. It has taken out this low. So for me to like Gala more, I like this structure here, and then another structure like this. Because the issue is that if we are going to be dumping with altcoins, while we have already taken out this low here, it kind of looks bad. Of course, we have the chance of coming back to the 786 and the 1.236, but yeah, I would like a bit better if we did something like this. However, smaller time frame, this came up in 3. So to me, it's not really a good looking thing at the moment. I think we're going to come down lower in any case. So I would be stacking up only at that point. Of course, not a financial advice or anything. But yeah, this to me looks like super bullish, super clear far wave, and yeah, I would be really looking to add on this. Again, this is one that assets that are on my pink list. So that is basically meaning that I'm very much interested in that, or looking at some kind of setup for it at least in the future. But yeah, can that fire wave be an end of something? I don't think so. I don't think so, because you see again this kind of V shape here. Generally it could be something like this, but again we're nowhere close in here in price. So some assets do have that look where this could be the end, but Gala is not one of them to me. Can it go lower than this? Of course, but these are just probabilities. I'm not going to go all in on this. I always do risk management the same, like every trade is going to be the same one, or the same way I do it. So yeah, I'm not going to be going all in on any trade, even though this would be clear as day for me as a fire wave. No problem. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Again, if you want to be learning more, check out Patreon. And again, I'm going to be doing other videos on Patreon as well for the requested assets that I have not covered on the videos or the live stream, and also the course where you're going to be learning more about the RSI and how that helps with the analysis as well, and all the strategies that I have for Elite Wave as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one. Bye bye.